The use of biological agents as weapons of war has a long and disturbing history, dating back thousands of years. The deliberate employment of microorganisms, toxins, and other biological materials to cause harm to enemy populations has been a tactic employed by various civilizations throughout history. The earliest documented evidence of the intention to use biological weapons dates back to the Hittite texts of 1500 to 1200 BC, which describe the potential use of infected animals and contaminated water supplies as weapons of war. This crude form of biological warfare would continue to be used in various conflicts over the centuries, with reports of ancient armies catapulting plague-ridden corpses over city walls and contaminating wells with toxic plants. The advent of modern microbiology in the late 19th and early 20th centuries ushered in a new era of germ warfare. During World War I, the German Empire made early attempts at anti-agriculture biological warfare, using agents like anthrax and glanders to infect livestock destined for Allied forces. These efforts, while limited in scope, demonstrated the potential for microbes to be weaponized. The interwar period saw a growing interest in the development of biological weapons, particularly in the United Kingdom and the United States. As tensions increased, research programs were established to explore the use of pathogens and toxins as weapons, with a focus on defensive measures. The most notorious and extensive biological warfare program, however, was that of Imperial Japan during World War II. From 1932 until the end of the war, Japan's Unit 731 conducted horrific experiments on prisoners, developing a range of biological agents, including plague, anthrax, and cholera, for use as weapons. The Japanese even attempted to release plague-infected fleas over Chinese cities, though the effort backfired and resulted in thousands of Japanese casualties. While the Nazis were reportedly ordered by Hitler to refrain from using biological weapons, research was still conducted in Germany, albeit on a smaller scale than the Japanese program. The United States, too, established its own biological warfare program in 1942, conducting experiments with various pathogens, though the program lacked adequate safety measures and resulted in numerous accidental infections among researchers. The Cold War era saw a renewed arms race in biological weapons, with the Soviet Union, China, and North Korea all accused of developing and potentially using such agents during the Korean War. These allegations, though largely unsubstantiated, led to a significant loss of international goodwill toward the United States and its allies. In response to the growing threat of biological weapons, the international community took action. The 1925 Geneva Protocol prohibited the use of chemical and biological weapons, and the 1972 Biological Weapons Convention, BWC, banned the development, production, and stockpiling of such agents. However, the effectiveness of these treaties has been called into question as several countries have continued to enhance and proliferate their offensive biological warfare programs, often in secret. The threat of biological weapons has not diminished in the modern era. The accidental release of anthrax spores from a factory in the Soviet Union in 1979, which killed at least 66 people, serves as a stark reminder of the dangers posed by these agents. Additionally, the potential for the development of genetically engineered pathogens and the risk of bioterrorism have heightened concerns about the continued threat of germ warfare. In conclusion, the history of germ warfare is a disturbing and complex one, spanning centuries and involving the use of increasingly sophisticated biological agents. While international efforts have been made to curb the development and use of these weapons, the threat remains, and the need for vigilance and continued research into defensive measures is paramount. The lessons of the past serve as a sobering reminder of the devastating consequences of the weaponization of microbes and the importance of maintaining a strong global commitment to biosecurity and biosafety.